Hey, we back with another episode of Say What You Feel. We got a little interesting topic that we're gonna be talking about tonight. We're gonna let this young lady, Essence Smith, jump right into it. We're gonna rock from there.
All right, so the topic that we talk about today is the differences with the difference in expectations with mothers and fathers. So I was saying to a friend, mothers don't get a grace period. From the moment we find out we're pregnant until whatever it ends, we immediately have to be mothers. We're supposed to know what to do, know where to go, have it all figured out. Whereas with fathers, fathers get an opportunity to grow with their child. They get a grace period. The child is only 3, the child is only 5, and the fathers just don't know. But with mothers, we don't get that. We have to jump right into motherhood from day one, and the expectation is we should know what to do off the rip. So my example to that, the example that I chose to use was a child wearing a coat, like something simple. When you see a child outside without a coat or appropriate attire, weather appropriate attire, the first thing society says is, where's the mother? When it's 2 parents, it's 2 of us. 2 of us made this child together. The father, it should be, where's the parents? Or why isn't this person doing what they're supposed to be doing? Maybe the mother is overwhelmed. Maybe she didn't remember. Maybe she forgot. But we always push everything straight to the mother. So I'm going to open it to the guys here to add your input.
Picking up all that. Mm-hmm. Well, I think, I understand what you're saying as far as, where's the father? But a lot of time, the way society is set up for us, we really not in the kids' lives like that. As men, you know what I'm saying? Because once for whatever reason, we, female don't want to deal with us no more, they kind of take the kid away from us. And I mean, not all men, not all females do it, but the majority do.
So what about, because you said take the kid away. It's your kid.
Well, yeah, because if they don't, it's an unwritten rule that I kind of like understand. It's always the mother. It's her child. Now, if the kid is with the father for whatever reason, and for whatever reason, just to say he takes the kid, because you ain't doing right. You bring the police to the house and say, that's my son, I want my son back. They're not going to really fight with the father to give her back to him. Now I can sit up here, I might have records of like, she ain't doing this, she ain't doing that. Hey man, the kid goes with the mother.
So do you honestly feel that way?
Yes,
or is it that men in general are not actually going through the proper process, meaning go to the court, file your claim,
why should I have to go to the court? I mean, if you know this is my son, and I know this is my child, why should I have to go to the court? Or why should I have why should I have a white man tell me what I could do with my kid? Whereas though, like, it should be an understanding, whereas though, like, okay, we as men, we have to give rights to our kids. We don't have rights. Mm-hmm. Even down to like, even down to disciplining. Mm-hmm. If sometimes,
Message.
what I'm saying, you got a lot of these kids bad as shit. But when it come down to it might be stern and firm to a man. Like, he needs this, but don't put your hands on my son. Don't put your hands on my daughter. Don't talk to him like my child like that. It becomes my child. Mm-hmm. Meaning the female say that. Mm-hmm. You don't hear too many females, too many guys saying, don't talk to my daughter like that.
But why though? That's what I'm saying. Because I would love to see that. I would love to hear a father, and I'm not gonna say like man, woman, like mothers and fathers. Like, I would love to hear a father say, you don't talk to my daughter that way, or you don't treat my son like that. Like, I would love to hear that. So I feel like,
because more or less, when it comes down to it, I carried this kid for 9 months. You know what I'm saying? This is like damn near a part of me.
You'll be letting that slide.
Okay, this is the way it is. It's not letting nothing slide. It's a lot of females. There's a lot of dudes out here that want their kids and want to be in the kid's life, but for whatever reason, it don't happen that way because of the females. You
got something to say, Daniel?
Yeah, I think you hit on some good points, and I think it goes back to the mother has that head start. She carries that baby for 9 months. So carrying that baby for 9 months means you can feel and know that baby grows because your body's changing. At the same time, you can feel the kicks, you can feel the movement, you can feel the eating and everything else. You're carrying that life. That life is growing within you. So you're already learning your maternal instincts. You're learning the motherly pieces. Whereas in man, he doesn't physically see anything in it to hold, to touch. He may be able to touch your stomach and stuff like that, but he's not seeing that until that child is here. So that's 9 months later, and then he's like, reality hits.
Yeah, he's playing
Reality hits. Now I gotta sit here and I gotta learn. So I'm growing at the same time. I'm learning with this child. I'm learning how to be a father. I'm learning how to provide. I'm learning how to discipline. I'm learning how to do this. I'm learning to hold my tongue when I go to work because guess what? I can't get fired because I gotta provide for my family or I gotta provide for my child. So these are things that we're always going to be a little behind on that part because mothers have that gift to give birth, to carry the child. And that's one of the things. During those particular 9 months, you're learning, but you're creating emotion and you see that baby come and say, this is a welcome. And you already have that connection. That connection automatically comes out right before then because you had that connection during the 9 months. But when the baby is born, that connection is really in reality now. Whereas the father's like, oh crap, I gotta make sure this is happening, I gotta do this. So it's in reactive mode.
So more or less, it's just like when in labor. You know, what's the first thing they do once you had a kid?
They give it to the mother. They put it.
So the
Sign
bond,
his papers.
the outside bond is straight to the mother. From once they come out of the womb into the world, their first bond to anybody is the mother.
That's it. Just to piggyback off of what you said, I'm gonna just say this: for a woman, most of the time, a woman is a nurturer by nature. That's just in their instinct. So a lot of times with us as men, like I said, like he said, we can be here, there, everywhere until we show up. But I'm gonna just say that for some men, you know, soon as that baby hit that maternity ward and you see that baby behind that glass, mentally, you know, damn, this a mouth I gotta feed, this somebody I gotta take care of. So now that day, typically when you first see the baby is when most men that's really gonna be in the baby's lives, their instincts come in because I'm like, all right, I gotta really take care. This is a part of me. This is somebody that's a part of me. So now I know that from this day forth, regardless of what's going on with the mother, that one right there, I know I gotta look out for. I gotta make sure they good. Now that's why you have that 9 month head start. What he was saying, you have a 9 month head start of y'all instincts already kicking in. But now, sometimes then you might have the women. Sometimes how it goes left is when a woman used the child as a pawn against the man. See, when a woman uses a child as a pawn against the man, it never go good for her, or for him, or for the child or her. Because when it's all said and done, when a man is a real provider, we ain't talking about no bum ass niggas. We talking about a provider. When a man is a real provider, he's not gonna make sure you starve. He's gonna make sure you have a roof over your head and this and that. But when a woman keeps pulling on that and keeps tugging, keep nagging every day and shit and stuff like that, what's gonna happen is now you drawing that line. So you making a line. You know what I mean? Because what happens is a man's duty really is to provide the place, the house. A woman's duty is to make it a home. So when it's all said and done, like everything in the house, that's the woman's duty. You know what I mean? So if you want a good man, you want a man to go ahead and to provide for the house. Sometimes, and if you're a good provider, you can't be home all the time. So if you got a nigga that's home all the time, 9 times out of 10, unless he's working from home, this new age shit, unless he's working from home, he's a fucking bum. So when it's all said and done, if you can have a man around a lot, but when you gotta have a man around a lot, shit lacking in that house a lot.
Right.
But if you have a man away, the man is away a lot because he provides. He gotta find ways. A man nature is the hustle. A real man nature is the hustle. So he's hustling to make sure that everything's good for that child and you if you want a part of it. And if you don't want a part of it, you can go left. I still gotta take care of this child. But then that's when it goes to the courts and shit.
All right, so
Well, you can talk to that.
So, I'm gonna put this out there just because, you know, we the group, so we're gonna talk about it. How you feel, how do you perceive, and I don't know everybody's status with
No,
situations.
just out there.
So how do you perceive a man providing this across the board for his child's mother if they're not together? So what I'm saying is, say you and a woman have a baby, whatever come hell or high water, y'all don't work out, but it snowed. You gonna go make sure her car good, make sure shovel, make sure she good. You know, put a little something in her account, make sure she got. How do you feel? How, as a man, how do you perceive that? Because you said if the mother maybe she not acting right or y'all separate and you still focus on the child, how can you say that your child is your best interest when you not there for the mother, and the mother got the child the majority of the time?
But if we separate it, it all depends. It all depends on what our status is. If we separate it, all that shit go out the window. Because guess what? If we separate it, I got to run for my child at my place. So I don't really have to. I don't have to have a need of what you got going on, because that other dick that you chose to ride on and fuck, he can take care of you. He can shovel.
Right.
I don't
So, I
need
mean,
you.
but
See,
what if-
my child ain't gonna trip because my place where my child gotta run at, my walkway shovel. So my child gonna walk to the car. I can take it to school. They gonna have heat on in the house. They gonna have food in the refrigerator. But your shit, as the mother, you just a mother. But at that particular time, I'm not obligated just because you my child's mother to take care of you and the house. If you got a nigga in there,
So
especially if
what
I
if-
know you got a nigga.
What if
in
she
there.
ain't got no nigga? What if she's single? What if your child mother's single?
But if she's single, she is talking to niggas. I know most of the time, if she cute or if she got some shit going on,
She got
it all depends on the man. Cause how I got her, I know other niggas want to talk to her too. So what that's telling me is that's bullshit. Ain't no woman now is just sitting out here. No woman I ever had dealt with in the past is sitting out here. It's just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna wait for Kevin to call this and that. No, she got Leroy,
They got-
Tyrone, you know
they
what
got
I'm
a
saying,
backup
Jamal.
plan.
She
Yeah.
got them
Yeah.
already on our line. If you meet a single woman today, you say, sweetheart, let me show you. Let's trade your phone. You want to see my phone? Let me see your phone. I guarantee you gonna see about 16 dick pics. You gonna see the Facebook, the Instagram messages.
Not the dick.
You gonna see like 20 niggas in your Instagram. So right now on your phone,
Yeah, am I right?
I guarantee
I ain't got no
you
dick
got.
pics.
It might not dick pics, but you got motherfuckers want to take you out. You got so you already got. Most women got options. A man options is different than a woman's options. A man options is typically only for what they have in store. A man options is limited than a woman. A crippled ass woman, long as she got that hole with that slit in it. A fucking crippled ass man won't want to fuck. As long as that shit get wet.
Hold on.
Let's get her.
So let's get back to the topic. I know we
Thank you.
putting this out on social media, and let's stick to the topic part. So it's being honest. So as it relates to a woman and what she expects to be cared for, there's some benefits she no longer gets. So as it relates to taking care of his child, he has a responsibility. As it relates to taking care of her, that's not his responsibility.
Exactly.
So that's the biggest thing. It's about responsibility and obligations. He's not obligated to take care of her. If, as a mother, she feels that she can no longer pay her electricity, this and that and so forth, then she needs to figure out who's the better parent to be able to care for that piece, because they're no longer together. Now, when we go back to these other pieces of this other part of the conversation, when we talk around growth and people growing and so forth, in a traditional lifestyle, it's supposed to be that marriage sense. So at the same time, that guy is coming home from work. He has a wife that he's providing for, and she's also providing as well, but also that child. So when we look at those particular pieces of that piece, he's also learning to adapt. He's learning how to change pampers. He's learning how to provide meals. He has to grow as a person as well. It's not going to be instantaneously for that man because, again, you had 9 months. We didn't have that particular 9 months. So reality is here. Thing hits the fan. we come home, we walk in that room, we see a baby sleeping in there. Now we got to put on. And understanding that it's not going to be mom's job 100% of the time. We also have to carry that load. So it's a growth pattern, but you got to be willing. Same thing when it, as we look at these traditional sides where you go to birth classes and stuff like that, you learn how to do things. That parent has to be able to also be receptive to learning at that stage as well, instead of just saying reality setting. Seeing that, hey, baby clothes is coming home, all this other stuff, diapers and stuff, I got to put my game face on. So it's those mindset. But again, women have the gift to carry. And being that you have that unique gift to carry that baby from a small pea or a dot to this full-blown baby all the way through birth, you have a connection. Your connection is always established compared to that of the father itself.
And government assistance caters to women more than they do men. Do y'all agree with that?
I agree with
If
that.
a woman and a man goes to the government office, and a woman needs a place to live, and she needs some food stamps or something like that, and a man can come right behind her in the line, a woman will be able to get a Section 8 home just because she's a single mother, and she'll get more food stamps than a man. She will do it. So that's why a man, that tells us that a man, his job is to provide in the hustle. And because that happens, that the government is not on our side, we don't have them kind of choices. So what that also should tell you that when it's all said and done, a single woman, a single mother that needs help, that don't have no job, she's not gonna be outside. If a woman is homeless and don't have no money, that's on her. A man that's homeless and don't have no money, that's on him. You know what I mean? We already see, because the government is designed to cater to women.
Yeah, and I agree with you saying on the government side for sure, because I get what you're saying.
Well, the question you was asking earlier about Essence, when you was asking about will a man still take care of, I guess, the lady and the child?
Yeah, I'm saying provide.
Yeah, so if we ain't together and you saying something about snow and all that need to be cleaned up, I would do it as long as I know you're not with another man.
Y'all hung up on this other
No,
man.
just hear me out. Just hear me out. I'm going to take, if I'm shoveling and I know my child is in there, cleaning the cars off, making sure y'all good, why would I do that if it's another man living in the house?
So he can walk up
your
the
child's
walkway
still there though.
If
So,
another-
okay, so that's your child. So put it like this. So say I have a child with you, and we break up, and I'm like, all right, kid, money's short, things happen. Can you give me $100 for some food? It don't matter. The fact is, I got your child. Your child needs some of this food too. Don't matter that my new man coming over might get a chicken.
No, I'm okay with the money part.
That don't matter.
I'm okay with the money. We talking about physical labor. If I gotta drive all the way up there and shovel your snow, and then I'm sitting outside, soon as I drove the snow, another dude pull up, soon as I'm fit, I'm sweating and everything. I just shoveled your whole walkway. He said, "What's up, man? Thanks, bro." He walking clean up there and out the door. Like that says, I'm outside, sweetheart. I might hit him with the shovel.
That's a whole nother. I'm just saying.
No, I mean, the money thing is a different situation. We don't ever have a problem giving, because we know the money's going for our child. But as far as like, if you're talking about any extra,
even if you pay the dude to shovel the snow with my money, that's cool, because that's let me know, okay, you really physically don't have nobody to do it, and I wouldn't want you to get hurt as my child's mother, or my child to get hurt. But I'm just saying that physically. And any woman, you shouldn't even be dealing with a man that won't do stuff like that. Right. If you're dealing with a man that can hump on you, but he can't shovel the fucking walkway, we gotta redesign the whole aspect of men.
No, I understand that side. So my thing, so what I run into just with like people in general, a lot of people say, once we separate, it's over, right? And I'm like, but if the woman is still the mother of your child, she should still have access to some things. That's still your child's house. So hypothetically speaking, say, because I have a household, I would say my ex don't come over and shovel my snow, and my son go outside and slip down the front steps and break his leg. Right. I'm like, you could have came over and shoveled. Maybe I'm not able, I'm not fit, or I can't, whatever you want to call it. You could have came and did it. That's still your child. I feel like a lot of men try to say, well, I take care of my child, but they want to disrespect the mother.
Right.
So I think in that particular situation, I think women are pretty big on leverage and understanding that they have access and they will use that button over and over and so forth.
That's the
So on that
That's-
particular piece, I disagree, because if you're living alone and you have all this, then you may want to look at in the community that you're living at to, hey, maybe I need to get a condo.
Right.
Maybe I need to get something that's going to be able to provide those particular landscaping cares.
Right.
It's really not that man's responsibility. And once he exposes that and he does it once, then it becomes expected. And when it becomes expected, you can automatically, he's at home with his new girlfriend or his new wife or whatever, and you think you're going to just send a text, are you going to come by and clean this up and this? No. So it has to be those level of boundaries in that particular relationship of co-parenting and everything else. He cannot cross that boundary and go beyond
Right.
what he normally will not do.
So yeah, let's just say like you got a man. You know, you got a boyfriend. I mean, a man can just stand with you. You know what I'm saying? The snow coming. He get up when the snow coming. Where you going at? I gotta go shovel my baby mother front. How you gonna feel?
Now I'm gonna be honest
That's
with you.
true.
No, I'll be honest with you.
I'm
So
gonna hear this.
me personally, I feel like say I had somebody, so I was married, whatever, not married no more. If I had a man and he was like, you know what, I do this for her, this is how I treat her, I would be okay with that because I understand dynamics of relationships. And I understand that just because you shovel somebody's front don't mean that you going to slide in, like you said, their little hole, whatever like that.
Well, I'm trying to get warm. I gotta shovel this damn snow. I'm going in my
It-
house for a second.
So
But
it's
you're a rare breed though. That don't.
Yeah.
That
But
don't happen.
I
A woman ain't
say
having it.
but I say that and I understand both sides, but I say that because I know that, like I said, if your son slip on this ice, so I'm gonna say it that way. If your baby mother, your child's mother, your ex-wife, whatever you want to call it, slip on ice, break her leg, she can't work because she got a broken leg. Now we gotta support this woman. You know, I mean, you can't.
Right.
If she got a broken leg, she didn't work for 3 months, and then she would be like, "Hey, I ain't work. I ain't a deadbeat. My leg broke." You know what I'm saying? I feel like when it comes to some levels of building relationships, we have to work collectively, because at the end of the day, it's for the once
greater
you
good.
it's the greater good. You know what I mean? We really become a unit. So I'm okay with understanding that, given the relationship makes sense, given it makes sense.
Right.
Now, if it's like, no, I just go over there and tuck my kids in and don't come home till 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, come on, let's be real. But if it's a case where, you know, like I said, it makes sense and it's different. But I feel like, and women too. But I feel like some people get so caught up in the title and the responsibility that we miss that you still a family with this person, right? Like, if y'all share a kid, y'all a family. It is what it is. Like, if the kid had family,
No, I don't want to say
listen, if the kid had family day at school, y'all coming.
We ain't family. You know,
Well, I would say we just share a child at this point.
So-
But because you gotta remember, real providers I'm already gonna have a place for my I'm already gonna have a room for my
But
child.
it's two people, right? So like, listen. At my job, I've had mother, father, stepmother. You know what I mean? Like all at the same thing, and it's like, hey, we all sharing for the same kid. We all clearing for little
Right.
Johnny to win.
That's co-parenting.
Yeah,
It's
co-parent.
Co-parenting.
But-
It's
but-
not-
we ain't no family.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not family.
Yeah, it's just some
So when we talk around this co-parenting piece, when that relationship is dead and it's no longer exists, then you know what? She goes back and her support system as it relates to maintenance stuff becomes her father, her brother, or hey, I need to move in a community where I have hired maintenance that's going to do that.
Right.
Because the guy's still going to do the stuff that he's supposed to do on his land where he lives. I think it's not fair to his wife, his girlfriend, or whoever else that I'm dipping out. I am going to my baby mother's house or my ex-wife's house or this person's house to shovel snow. No, you may want to call your father or catch a little young thundercat that's shoveling for $20, $30, whatever else. It goes back to that part. There has to be boundaries.
Because you
And-
bringing drama to your
Yes,
house.
you got to keep your house in order,
Right,
but
right.
you can't be sitting there trying to overextend and deal with everybody else's house.
That's true.
So understanding that's where that boundary is. So that boundary has to be clear at all cases.
All right, so
Let's change the boundaries.
look, my cup empty already. I'm cheers to
Let's change the boundaries. Boundaries, y'all. Boundaries of
All
2025.
right, okay, I understand and I respect the boundaries because it depending on the people, like you said, maturity,
Yeah, it's mature.
right? It has to be a level of
And when I say that, it's like, I mean, as men, we are kind of spiteful, you know, because when shit don't work out, as men, like, man, fuck that, we ain't doing shit. And I mean,
I'm gonna say somebody said because y'all sitting there acting like no,
it's the
that's
truth, man. Like,
Message.
Yeah, tell the whole
because
story.
if like to say you know, for whatever reason, you know, you get up the day tomorrow and be like, I don't want to do this no more. You need to get the fuck out, or you need to go and you know what I'm saying, you know. All right, so okay, now he gotta start over, but you know what I'm saying, when he was there, he was doing all this, but you don't want him there no more for whatever reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now, so what you expect from him? Cause I mean, he like, man, shit, I ain't doing that shit no more. I'm not
And
there.
sometimes you can be just used to when he was around, trash was being taken out without you asking.
It's
Everything
little
was
things
being
that you
shoveled
forget
without
about.
you asking.
Stepping on
Maybe a little
roaches,
light work.
picking up the
He-
damn mouse trap.
Change
you know what I'm saying?
the
All that,
faucets,
yeah.
this and that,
Right.
without you asking. But now, see, sometimes when a woman break up with a man, she forget that all the other shit
That goes
come
along
with
with
it.
it.
So she wasn't thinking. When she broke up with the man, she broke up with him. That means you broke up with everything
The
that I
man
also
things
was
that he
doing
did.
too.
So,
Everything.
so I think in that part, the breakup, we can't use that as, you know, the know all be all because it could have been domestic, it could have been something toxic.
Right.
So
Right,
we
right.
don't use that as that level and to say, stay with someone that's abusive. Stay with
No.
this person.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
So
yeah,
if she
right.
feels that this relationship
working no more.
is not working for us,
Right.
but also understanding that he's not going to provide, he's not supposed to provide some of these benefits. Now, if you're taking the child support and this and that, then a percentage of that should be included. But where you're living, you also got to take into account there's going to be maintenance. Grass got to get cut. This got to happen. And all this stuff. So you're going to lose that particular benefit
Right.
on this side. You shouldn't even want that benefit anymore. You want to draw that line and say, hey, we are co-parenting. We are taking care of this child that we made together. We're going to be civil parents in that part. But everything else, there should be no linkage anymore.
Right.
There should not be the benefits anymore.
Common
So
understanding.
Damon, is general maintenance a part of? Is that a part of child support?
It's not.
It's not.
I
Because
just wanna-
so when we talk around child support,
Right.
child support should not be, oh, this is going to pay all your bills.
Right.
You still got to work and provide your pieces
Right.
as well.
Right.
So it's that other income part that comes into play. It's two incomes. It's a supplement to the other your income
Exactly.
to be able to provide for your child. Now, does that mean that child support is going to cover everything? Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
You know, if you get a divorce, make sure you put in your that contract that, hey, we're going to deal with situating things or things that are above the normal fee, i.e. dental braces and stuff like that,
Right.
that are outside of child support,
Right.
that he should be able to pay on, out of pocket.
Right.
But when we look at that piece of it, child support should not cover everything.
Right.
You should still be going to work every day, being the best person that you can to get
Exactly.
promoted, make more income, and do all this other thing.
So I can't
Same
be
thing
on
on
the
father on the side. No, you can't just
But-
stay
but-
on.
but we-
The same thing with
right.
father
Exactly.
as well.
Exactly.
Father got to be able to understand that child, the numbers that you're paying at this point, this kid is going to get older. And as this kid grows and it gets in, Christmas presents become less, but they become more expensive.
Right.
Electronics, tennis
Exactly.
shoes. So the father also should be at a point to understand the numbers that I was paying was 1988. Now it's 1998. Costs went up. So I need to put more in that. I need to put more in that bank account that I'm contributing to her. Stop paying that small amount because your child is getting older as well. So it's a whole context that you really got to look at that part.
Let me just say that. That's why I think child support in itself is irrelevant. Because when it's all said and done, if it's
It's not enough.
I think it's irrelevant to a real provider. Let me just say that. If you got a man that's a provider, for a woman to put a man on child support, that a woman knows a provider. if you're providing as a man the essentials and the needs of their child, to put a man on child support is spite. If you know that a man is providing, because just like piggybacking off of what Damon said, we know when a child gets older, they're gonna need more needs, they're gonna need things that's outside of child support. So if you know you got a man that provides, it's irrelevant. Why would you even wanna the only way you putting a man on child support is because
Your man.
that's for your money. That's for
I
you,
don't know.
because the man don't have to pay for nothing. The child support shouldn't go to your nails.
All right, hold
It
on.
should.
Hold on. I'm gonna say two things real quick.
It shouldn't go to tracks. It shouldn't go to your feet. I'm just had in general. It should go to. They're right. It should go to lace front.
This
It's
is really good hair.
right, but that shouldn't
Give
be
it a
out.
touch.
But that shouldn't be
That
child
shit
support.
feel good.
But that, it is. But that should be under that child support funding. So, yeah, so what you do? So when you get paid at your job, your Bernice hair should go out of that check. It shouldn't be mingled
Alright,
in
so, alright,
with
hold
the
on,
child
hold
support
on.
check.
I'ma say-
Because he
say-
can't eat Bernice hair.
I mean, he can, but we're gonna do that. So,
Hold up. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. But baby fathers don't like when we get paid child support and the baby got on them hard old school hard white shoes. Y'all know about them. Right. You got them hard shoes, then they time to get out of that. We pay child support, then we come back. He's still on them hard bottoms instead of having some new shoes on. But we see y'all on the gram with the new outfit on.
alright.
Stop.
Alright, so first of all, let me go over a couple things you said. First of all, number one, child support is a good idea. So, alright, I'm gonna go back.
You gonna say it's an aid?
No, it's not. No. Let me go back. I don't know who been married, divorced, or you know what I mean, baby mommy. I don't know y'all situations on that, but I'm gonna say, when you get divorced, literally, child support is a clause in your divorce. It is a line item, and if you are the person filing and you are not asking for child support, you gotta tell the court why. Like, I can't just say he a good guy, he got my back. You actually
Well,
have
she a
to.
good girl. She
Yeah,
got my back.
you can't say like you actually have to put in what your it's literally a clause.
Right.
So for divorced people, you have to say whatever. Now, if
Because
you
you're asking for custody of the child.
it's not asking. So
Well,
all
for you-
right, so
for
hold on,
one-
let me break
but
this down
do
for
you believe
you.
this? But let me ask you this question. Do you believe it? Do you believe child support is for bums or for providers?
I feel I'm not gonna make a public judgment on child support because I don't want to set up anybody's situation.
No,
I
I'm
ain't
just
trying to be
saying.
public.
No, we just saying.
But,
we just
but
talking,
what
we
it breaks
just
down to
Right.
is the communication of both parents, right? So say you and I have a child,
Right.
and so all right, I'm gonna say my own child. My child likes to go to Chick-fil-A. He loves Chick-fil-A, and he don't eat no 4-count nugget. I know he's a small child, but he can go through 20 nut. Like my child is a swimmer, so when he eat, like he swims.